hear a bunch of yous out there in the comments saying that when cruising comes back, it's not going to be any good. Guess what? You're wrong. Today I've got 8 ways that cruising will be better post-COVID. After the COVID's gone. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Cruise News Show. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise updates. Well, today I got a little bit of a listicle for you. What kind of word is listicle? Yes, a list of 8 ways cruising will be better after the COVID's gone. Okay, I'll stop doing that. It's just stuck in my head. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. But first, let me tell you about one of my biggest pet peeves on cruise ships. It's cruise crowds. I hate being in a crowd of people. I love people, don't get me wrong, but I don't love crowds of people. I don't love crowds of strangers. And that's one thing I've had to learn to deal with in my cruise life. How do I manage the crowds? I created a video specifically for people like me, how to deal with the Madhouse Cruise Lines. I'll leave that linked above. Maybe you should check it out if you're so adverse to the crowds like I am. But I tell you what, if there's a theme to ways that cruising will be better after the if there's a theme for how cruising is going to be better, that part of that theme has to include less crowds on the cruise ship. So I'm kind of stoked about that. But anyways, let's get into the list. Numero uno. There will be a streamlined embarkation process, or if you're from Canada, a streamlined embarkation process. Yeah, so the cruise lines have taken a hard look and said, where are people congregating? Where are the crowds gathering? Where are the people amassing? And embarkation is one of those places. How can we leverage technology? How can we do some smart thinking and figure out how to lessen the crowds when it comes to embarkation? So when cruising resumes, there will be a more streamlined embarkation process. Many of the things that hold you up during embarkation, interaction with agents, showing paperwork, those kind of things, that will go away. That will go. They'll use technology to push that to outside of the embarkation process. The big lever they're going to pull there is a more strict adherence to an embarkation time or an embarkation appointment. There's going to be some more pain points at embarkation with health screening and those kind of things, but the goal is to keep that process flowing smoothly and to keep that more streamlined and to keep it without the crowds. And so one of the things that will be better, they're going to do more to you at the embarkation process, but I think the embarkation process will be more streamlined. It will be better when cruising resumes. I'm already starting to question that because there are going to be a lot of things that are going to happen at embarkation. So it's probably going to be a longer embarkation. But again, if it's with less crowds and you get more bang for your buck for embarkation, maybe it's better. Number 2, improved health screenings. Let's go back, if we will. Let's jump in the time machine. Let's go back to 2019, 2018, anytime before 2020. And let's remember, if we will, how the health screening process worked on cruise ships. All you had to do was tick a box and said you felt great. So you could be as sick as you want and get on the cruise ship, and the cruise ship, as long as you checked the box, the cruise lines were happy with that. Well, that's not gonna cut it anymore. They're actually going to be checking the health and wellness of the passengers before they get on the cruise ship. In the near future, for whoever knows how long, there will be testing for COVID-19 when you get on the cruise ship. There will be extensive health screening, and the cruise lines will be looking to keep people that have the virus or any other kind of communicable, spreadable disease off of the cruise ship with a new enhanced health screening process. And again, that may sound like a pain, but at the end of the day, as a cruiser, knowing I'm getting on a cruise ship with people that have been checked out from a virus perspective, that's better, I think. Do you think that? Let me know. Number 3 on my list, and this is a huge pain point. One of the pain points in cruising is that dumb but essential muster drill. Some cruise lines in the past have had it pretty streamlined, and some cruise lines, well, It's just a big old lineup out on the deck in the heat and standing shoulder to shoulder with strangers and trying not to pass out, and hopefully you understand how to put on a life jacket. That's been the muster drill experience. And the big problem with that, at least as we go forward in this post-COVID world, or the manageable COVID world, or after the big problem there is it's a crowd, and that's not good for the virus. It's good for the virus. It's not good for the people trying not to get the virus. And so the muster drill has to be enhanced. It has to be upgraded. And the cruise lines are doing that. I think most of the cruise lines will go to a crowdless muster drill, where you go through and you learn all the information in the privacy of your own room or on the smartphone or before you get on the cruise. And then you go to where your muster station is and check in and say, I know all the things, and I know where the muster station is. Bada boom, bada bing. Now I have mustered and I don't have to stop drinking. So, yeah, I mean, think about that. If you have this digital muster, will they close the bars? This isn't what anybody's talking about. Can you imagine a world where the muster drill doesn't interrupt bar service? Can I get a woohoo in the comments for that? I don't even drink much, but I know there are people that always are mad when the bar closes for the muster drill. And so this is gooder. This is better, you know, good or better. Number 4 on the list, better medical facilities. This is one of those things that's being mandated in the requirements so that cruise ships can return to sailing. Just a couple days ago, there was actually legislation passed by the United States Congress requiring that every cruise ship have a doctor on board. That bill has not been completely enacted yet. Still needs a signature by the president. So I'm not sure if that's going to go into law. And again, there's a whole question around enforcement. But beyond that potential law, again, the framework for conditional sailing put forth by the CDC requires an enhancement in the medical facilities, and cruise lines will be doing that. If we look at the cruises that are currently sailing in Europe and Asia, they have all beefed up their medical facilities, not only for treating normal things, but also for treating the virus, isolating the virus. And so at the end of the day, when cruising resumes, there will be better medical facilities on board, which that's good, especially if you get sick on a cruise. Number 5 on my list of 8, can you make it till the end? Do you have to pee? Pause the video, go to the bathroom, come back. Number 5 on my list of 8, more cleaning. That doesn't sound exciting for the crew members, obviously, but the cruise ship's very clean for the most part, and now they're going to be even more clean. More cleaning of what I assume everything. More cleaning of where people touch things. I imagine you're always going to find somebody cleaning on the cruise ship. This is something the cruise lines have already done very well, and now they'll be stepping it up. Cruise ship will be more spick and span when it resumes again. Now, number 6 may be considered by some controversial. So before I sink that ship completely, let me solicit you. How about that? Can I solicit you? Yes, let me solicit you to subscribe to this YouTube channel with the notification bell on. If you like to stay up to date with the latest going on in cruising, please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. Now on to the controversy. Save that drama for your mama, Bill Shakespeare. I don't think, okay, maybe it's not that controversial. I believe that one of the benefits of all of the turmoil that we've gone through is there will be better processes around refund and cancellation in the cruise business. Now, I can hear some people out there going, I'm still waiting on my cruise refund from 18 months ago. When am I going to get it? And there certainly are those cases out there. There's certainly people continuing to struggle with refunds. But what we've noticed over this whole last 9 months, 10 months, is the process is getting better. Refunds are coming quicker. Cancellations are being processed more efficiently. And that's all because of continuous improvement. If you've ever worked anywhere, you know that one of the goals of most businesses is to continually improve on their process. And boy, oh boy, have the cruise lines had a lot of practice how to do cancellations and refunds. The reality is once we get through the current challenges, when the cancellations stop happening on a monthly or 90-day basis, the infrastructure that was put in place to process those cancellations and refunds, well, that mechanism will still be there, and that will benefit anybody canceling or refunding in the future. And good thing too, because there are some regulatory agencies taking a hard look at the way the cruise lines have processed and handled cancellations and refunds. And so there could be additional regulations, additional laws down the road when all this is over, kind of overseeing those things. And so you got a couple things going. You got a little pressure, you got a little internal beefing up of the process. And I think the end result for the cruiser will be a better process for cancellation and refund. Number 7 on my list is cleaner air on the cruise ship. Who doesn't like cleaner air? It's an interesting thing in business when it comes to innovation and improvement. You're constantly balancing innovation versus will it make you any more money? Will you be more profitable? Do you want to do something just for the sake of doing something, or will eventually that something add to your bottom line? Well, I feel like clean air on the cruise ship is one of those things. The filtration systems that some of the cruise lines are starting to put on their cruise ships, that technology's been around for quite a while to make interior air cleaner, safer. That's been around for decades. And so you go, well, why have they never pulled the trigger on it? Why haven't they put these systems on board? Well, because maybe what was going on was good enough, and why would you spend all this money that's not going to add to your bottom line just so you have a little bit of a better clean air experience? Well, sometimes you need a little bit of a nudge to help you make that decision, and 2020 has been just that nudge for the cruise industry. The fun thing when you have outside people looking at your business, like regulatory agencies, like health agencies, they start to go, well, why aren't you doing better with your recycled air? And they're like, yeah, we've been looking at it. And they're like, okay, well, do that now. And that's what's happening. Again, some of the guidelines for restarting cruising is a call for better interior air. And the cruise companies, they're starting to do it. And the benefit for us cruisers is once it's in there, it's not going away. And hopefully all new builds will have these cleaner air systems. And so once cruising starts up full force again, we will have cleaner air. I like that. I like some clean air. And number 8 on my list, which I feel is the most important, less crowds. We've been talking about it the whole episode, less crowds. Did you make it this far in the video, or have you already commented that cruising will be horrible when it starts up again? I'm assuming if you're one of those people, you didn't make it this far, so let's all collectively make fun of that person. Hey, watch the video before you pop off. All right, everybody else, here's the question. Will cruising be better? Anything on this list, does it now, make you think, oh yeah, maybe it will be better? Or is there more challenges than there are benefits? Let's have that conversation in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for taking the ride with me today. Please show your support for this show by hitting the like button. This is Tony with Lido Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido. Just at a distance. Bye.